do you ever wanted to play as a billionaire for a few minutes, beating up goons that threaten you, then equip yourself with Halloween suit to beat up people who got put inside this place with you? It's not a pretty will, but people here are reasonable. We exchange punches and kicks to ensure that the poor stay poor. Bad guys in this world are those who don't have enough money to afford the basic necessities. That's the origins of the criminal history. The criminal wish then indeed stay as they were because the minimum wages aren't affordable enough to live in Gotham City. Despite everything, Gotham couldn't lower the crime rate any further, hence why we are here, in Arkham City, where criminals are kept inside a wall area, so they do crime against one another. It's like putting Beetles to fight each other. Funnily enough, this video will get Peter's attention only because of that Beetles joke. The criminals can rot, but Beetles? Trick it. Peter need to find better taste in music. Apologies for sudden hostile act on preference in music taste. Peter wouldn't even listen to the Beatles because of the name. Batman Arkham City, a game that is half as old as me, is a topic for this video. I've handcrafted a 30-minute script to experiment with a video which I don't find much interesting, so I fall back a bit and build the script from the ground up again. This will be the main video, while the author will be whatever it is at his mercy, but it was mostly just a story narration. Continuing on, Arkham City is a much more improved game compared to Asylum, which I did a video on, but is pretty boring apart from the story of that game. The scope of this game is bigger, and from what I've asked of my character AI, it is 5 times the size of Arkham Asylum. Arkham Knight will be even bigger. But let's stay on track. I can't exactly run this game with a smooth 60 FPS, not with this setup. Take a look at my PC. You can hear the fan. This is the PC. I live in a dark room right now. Yeah, that's the PC. Graphic card is over there, right? Yeah. It's the best I can have, okay? This is probably just skill issue on my end, but also because the scope of this game is a lot larger, so bear with me. There's no loading screen or transition in the outdoor world. That only happens indoor or when Batman is defeated. This game can be challenging at times, but the fighting rarely is nonsensical compared to Arkham Asylum, which I can understand it a bit, knowing it's the first game they made. It was pretty much a blueprint for future Batman games. Let's start with the obvious, combats. Combat in this game is a lot smoother than Asylum, though for some reason they made sure that we can cancel or ground takedown by countering an enemy, so the ground takedown has been very much nerfed. Could be the coding issue, I don't know. Though I'm not sure if this is a skill thing that I got better or the game being improved. In Asylum, I couldn't time my counter against normal goons, which led to frustration. In Arkham City though, counter seems to flow way smoother than Asylum, and they also changed takedown to one button instead of pressing 2 buttons at the same time. And this is definitely a skill issue because I pretty much brute force the fight unless I need to really use gadget to fight bosses in this game. So there's a lot of ways you can spend your time whacking goons, using tools mid-fight. Of course, since I didn't do much of that, I don't have footage for it, Lamau. The atmosphere isn't as immersive as Arkham Asylum, but of course, Arkham Asylum got its own slang and mysteries. Compare this to Arkham City, which is a rundown area of Gotham turned into an anarchy city prison. It doesn't feel as immersive when you survey around the city. That's not a bad thing though. I actually love exploring Arkham City a lot more than Arkham Asylum. The latter tend to be linear, while the former
allows more flexibility that allows you to find your own way, your own path. Arkham City isn't a semi-open world that is filled with nothing. There are collectibles, goons all over the city. I mostly avoid these. I'm not really a fan of collectibles unless it give me like a cool outfit like in Assassin's Creed. But if that's what keeps you exploring and 100% it, then go ahead. Its tall building and prop allow Batman to go on about his night. It definitely does give me the thrill of exploration. You know, like one of those parkour videos that is definitely illegal to attempt IRL. I used to like climbing stuff. Hell, I used to be in the swimming club and be all fit. Though the wet hair make it hard to enter 7-Eleven, since it doesn't detect his signature on my wet hair. I had to hold my arm up just to open the automatic door. Pretty unique experience I had with swimming club. Batman and Spider-Man are one of many reasons why I'll go outside and touch some grass. Not as fun as the game though, and the heat makes it very, well, not ideal to go outside. I applaud people who doesn't lock themselves in a room like me.
Not just a room, it's a dark room. Look at this. I live in the dark like I'm some kind of vampire or something. These are my pill. I have like 5 of these. And I have like, this fucking inhaler. Everything is on the table. This is my setup. It's very small.
Yeah, a dark room indeed. I don't like garlic too, so maybe I am some kind of vampire? Moving on, we'll be talking about music. The main theme this time is actually quite good and not as dull as Arkham Asylum. It's heroic and fit the Batman. I'll show you the best part of it. It also becomes a leitmotif for music during the finale of the game as well. I can't really show you even if I want to, but I can tell you this. It plays during Protocol 10, after you got the code from one of the shoppers. If you aren't interested in playing the game and just want to see, you could check out that particular scene on Let's Play channel or something, or the experimental video I'll upload after this. Or maybe I should show it off during the ending of the video. We'll see. This group can be altered to fit into my image. Trust me, I would not be a good writer if not for this keyboard and writing application that I can write on.
It's raining right now, but I want to show you my keyboard. I have been using this for 5 years. You can see the button that I use the most. For some reason it's C, and I is kind of broken, but it is still usable. And there used to be like ants that come to pick like small food in here because I eat in front of my PC like kind of all the time back then. Not anymore though, not anymore.
I'll need like a typewriter, old school, heavy and expensive as fuck, if I wanted to write a novel or something like that. If I was living in the 1960s, fuck me, I'm gonna need like a typewriter. Speaking of certain tools that can help you with your tasks, the gadget in this game is quite the same from Asylum, though you start with various gadgets just to get by in the beginning, and you can cooperate these into fighting, like line hook to get your enemies closer to you so you can break their face. I'm sorry, I don't have footage of me taking out goons with the gadget, but I do like the fact that these two can now be used consecutively. Throwing Batarang really fast. It was possible in Asylum, though here it encourage and tell you how to do it. My favorite has to be the quick use of explosive gel on the ground for this boss fight. Scarecrow didn't make an appearance in this game, though we can just beat up the Penguin, even though physically he'll be the weakest. I'm new to Batman lore. I've only watched Nolan trilogy and the Batman from 2022, and all I know is that the Penguin is British, and that's enough to make him a villain? To be honest, that sounds justifiable. I mean, sure, the British didn't colonize my country and we stay free throughout the history, But you gotta admit that being British itself is a sin. Worse if you are French. Ironically, my favorite VTuber is French. Is Sarue? Or Ray? I do not know how to pronounce her name. And I use British English. Even have a hint of British accent if you listen closely enough. At least I don't settle with Thai accent. Pretty dull. I'm not even gonna showcase to you how it sounds. It's just bad. Overall, Batman Arkham City is an interesting game that is worth playing mostly for the story itself. People praise it along with the music. The experience, however, far exceeds my expectation. But it's also very good, and it's not that difficult to run and play it. Since the making of video is summer sale right now, it's up for grab for really cheap price. I suggest buying the pack. It's about $7.50. You can support the Solemn Mania and Charles Lens on Patreon at the least of $1 a month, or on Ko-fi at the least of $3 each time, or well, donate more than that. I'm still experimenting my content, so bear with me. It's going to be a bit rough. Oh yeah, you can also like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like these. I'll be seeing you soon, Maniacs. The Solemn Mania will show up once more in the future. Thanks for sticking around.